Vale, continúo el juego de... con el juego de Tronos, la campaña de este juego. Y bueno, lo último, estoy en el capítulo 8 jugando con Alistair. Y lo último que he hecho es encontrar unos documentos de la misión principal que están en esta zona. Y... que es una zona que está bajo el castillo de Aguasfuentes, de la familia de Alistair. Y con eso, pues eso, he desbloqueado el siguiente paso, una misión principal. Y también he desbloqueado una misión secundaria que tengo que llevar a cabo en Desembarco del Rey. Pero aquí tengo otra también que hacer. Bueno, antes que nada voy a salir del sitio este. Ya he registrado todo, ya he cogido todo lo que tenía que coger. Y nada, voy a salir de aquí. Que imagino que podré hacerlo por aquí. Y eso, que tengo ahora dos misiones aparte de la principal. Que sería simplemente ir a donde el barquero este que nos encontramos al llegar y decirle que queremos ir a la ubicación a la que tenemos que ir a la continuación, que no sé cómo se llama, bosque de no sé qué o... Pero vamos, que antes de hacer eso voy a eso, a quitarme las dos misiones secundarias de encima si puedo. Y una la tengo aquí. Tengo que hablar con la hermana de este tío y ver de qué se trata. Eso, una la tengo aquí y la otra en Desembarco del Rey. A cualquiera ve la entrada aquí. De hecho no me da la opción ni de retroceder. Vale. Vale, pues estoy en el puerto, creo. Bosque de Aguasfuentes, así es a donde tengo que ir, se supone, ¿o no? Vale, a ver que me sitúe. Vale. Vale, esto es donde enterraban al padre, donde estaban celebrando su funeral al inicio del juego.
Master Alistair, my dear friend, there you are at last.
Master Denyo? I didn't think to see you here so soon.
Your idea seemed to delight Betharios. I was soon able to leave our temple on Bravos with a small group of followers.
The prospect of bringing the Lord's light to the lands of my birth fills me with as much joy as it does him.
Verle me recuerda a mi iniciación. Necesito que comprenda Aguasfuentes. Me temo que tengo cosas que hacer. ¿Cómo piensa convertir al pueblo de Aguasfuentes? Vale.
Your mission here is very difficult. The people will not easily turn away from the faith of the Seven.
After many fruitless attempts to bring faith in Relore to these lands, I think we are aware of that, Alistair.
That's not all. This town has suffered for a long time and its people are fragile. They're as vulnerable as they are dangerous.
Never fear. I've worked in far worse conditions before. My mission in these parts will be a glorious success.
Very well, Master Denyo. I hope everything will go well.
I think it shall, but I have not been deaf to your counsel.
Verle me recuerda a mi iniciación. ¿Cómo pienso convertir el pueblo? Me temo que tengo cosas que hacer. Vale.
Do you know where to start? Knowing you as I do, you would certainly have a plan, Denyo.
You are right, Master Alistair. I've an idea about how to convert the people of this town to our religion. We shall not upset or dissuade them by burning symbols of their idols just yet. For the moment, I will make do with putting up pyres every evening. They tend to win over the small folk by showing them the power of fire.
It was during such a sight that I myself discovered my path in life.
Vale. Esto es lo último que
Life
me
at
queda
the
por
temple
decir.
in Bravo seems long ago now. I still look back with fondness at all those good times.
I often think back to the day we were visited by Master Mokoro of Volantis.
I shall carry the scars of his visit on my right arm for life. But certainly I would do it all again without hesitation if I had the choice.
That day, you came closer to the Lord of Light than most of us have ever been.
I must leave you now, Master Denyo. There is still much for me to do before this town is put to rights.
May you walk in the light of the Lord.
Vale, estos son los monjes esos que nos dijo el barquero que habían llegado a la ciudad. Y de los que se estaba quejando la gente.
I must leave you now, Master Denyo. There is still much for me to do before this town is put to rights.
May you walk in the light of...
Vale. Voy a mirar el registro de misiones. Vale. Voy a marcar esa, que esa es la... Parece que Laia está en peligro, puedes reunirte con ella en patio del castillo de Guadfuentes para averiguar cuál es el problema. Pues esta es la que he marcado ahora. Y es la que haré, de hecho es aquí mismo, y eso es la que haré porque... Túneles bajo aguas fuentes, ahí se supone que está, ¿no? ¿O qué? No sé si esto conducirá a los túneles donde acabo de estar, donde encuentro los documentos. Pero vamos, por aquí no se entraba por el despacho del padre de este tío. No obstante, voy a echar un vistazo por si acaso hay algo para hacer o coger o lo que sea. De hecho, ahí estoy viendo un objeto. Monedas. Vale, que el iluminado. Wincen son el moderador. Vale, estos serán pues sus antepasados, se supone. Pues sí que tiene linaje el tío este. Bueno, me voy a poner a mirar todas. Arco de Bercelion Sarwick. Pues mira, al final ha merecido la pena. Aunque yo no los arcos no los uso, pero bueno. Barbuta, Sarwick oxidada, a ver esta. Vale. Hombre, es cutrilla. Está... No, es mejor la que llevo, la otra. La de los capas doradas. El arco imagino que sí que es bueno porque era dorado, digo, era morado. Eso significa que tiene que ser un buen arco. A ver si encuentro una espada. Hay un poco de suerte. Aquí he venido. Me voy a echar un vistazo rápido. Vale, por aquí se ha oído como que se quemaba algo. Que eso es que se supone que he descubierto algo, pero... Es donde estaba... No, aquí no había nada. Ahí es donde estaba el arco. Y aquí el yelmo. Imagino que luego tal vez tenga que hacer una misión por aquí o algo así. Bueno, voy a avanzar ya. A ver, por aquí seguía el túnel este, o si hay algo más. Por eso, más adelante tengo que encontrar la tumba de alguno en concreto. Bueno, por aquí no hay nada. Coraza Sarwick oxidada, a ver. Esta de todas formas tiene pinta de ser armadura pesada. Y eso mi personaje no... es armadura pesada y además es peor que la mía. Ofrece menos protección. Castillo de Aguasfuentes, eso lleva al castillo. Hay, imagino que delincuentes por aquí, pero no puedo hablar con ellos.
Sir Sarwick, have you returned to Westeros?
Who are you? I did not see you during the rioting.
Do you speak of the latest rioting? No, sir. I've been here longer. Much longer.
Vale, me parece muy bien.
Ah, Sir Sarwick, your timing is perfect. I think you forgot to set me free after the rioting. I know that you need to set an example for the others, but you'll not let me rot here all the same, will you?
I will not go back on my decision.
But I barely touched that girl. By the maiden, please, let me out.
Si por mí fuese lo decapitaba. No lo dejaba aquí sin más, pero bueno. Así que suerte tiene.
Sir Alistair, may I call you that? What good fortune it is that you should be standing before me. I have an offer to make. Set me free, and I give you my word that you won't regret it. I cannot share all the details at this very moment, but just open this door, and you shall see. Sir Alistair?
Nah, no vuela. Estos son los que mandé a la cárcel durante revueltas y eso. El caso es que antes, donde está en otra habitación, se ha oído... En la sala contigua se ha oído eso. Cuando he hecho esto del fuego se ha oído como que se revelaba algo, pero... No, si era aquí no hay manera de encontrarlo. De hecho aquí parece que no hay nada, así que voy a volver. Vale, esto es lo de las criptas, ¿no? Aquí en esta zona, cuando he utilizado el fuego este, se ha oído como que se revelaba algo, pero se ha oído como si estuviese eso en una sala contigua o algo así. Vale. O igual es en la zona de arriba. Igual en el piso de arriba es donde sea. En un piso superior o en uno inferior. Voy a mirar la salida esta que tenía aquí. Vale. Quedaba el castillo, quiero saber a dónde lleva exactamente. Esto es la sala del trono, vale. Bueno, en esa zona ya he estado, así que no voy a ponerme a registrar de nuevo. Directamente voy a ir a eso, a hablar con la hermana del tío este y ver en qué consiste la misión secundaria esa.
You know, he set off for River Spring and 2 weeks have passed with no news. I'm sure you can understand our distress.
It grieves me too, Sir Edwin, but what would you have me do?
It grieves you? Our father, Lord Roxton, is missing, and you say it grieves you?
From what I know, your father would never go riding without strong escort. I cannot see what could have happened to him.
Indeed. We know that he left the Reach alone and with haste. You are just as familiar with his quick temper as we are.
We could send scouts to search for him in the mountains, if that would reassure you.
Enough! You know very well where he is. So it wasn't enough for you to betray us the once, whore?
How dare you? You've gone too far. Guards, take our guests to their chambers.
This isn't over, Eliana. This isn't over. Believe me.
Vale, no sé de qué están hablando exactamente, pero una conversación interesante.
I'm sorry to trouble you like this, but I think you ought to concern yourself with this matter.
¿De qué habla? ¿Qué le importa a él lo que yo haga? Vale.
What are you talking about, Great?
You heard the discussion between Lady Eliana and the other two, didn't you?
I vaguely remember overhearing some people asking for news of their father. Why would that concern me?
I'm afraid that it concerns the whole of River Spring, my lord. The two young ones talking to your sister were looking for their father, Lord Quen Roxton. He happens to be locked away in our dungeons at the moment.
What? You have taken a lord prisoner?
Yes, on orders from your sister, my lord. And I'm afraid that it might all get out of hand. The Roxtons are a powerful family. They could do great harm to our lands if they so desired. Unfortunately, that's all I know. You'd better talk to your sister, or with the younger Roxtons. Perhaps you could even go and see their father in his cell.
I will see what I can do. Thank you, Graydon.
Es decir, a las mazmorras, que es donde acabo de estar. Voy a guardar antes que nada. Vale, y ahora voy a hablar con esta tía. No sé si... Sí, de anillos y cadenas. Iba a decir que no sé si tiene que ver con la misión secundaria esa. Pero sí, se llama así, anillos y cadenas.
I don't have time, Alistair. I have urgent matters to attend to.
Esta farsa ha durado demasiado tiempo, será mejor ir con cuidado.
I know all about it, Eliana. I'm here to help. The Lord cannot stay in our dungeons.
How did you find out?
That's of no consequence. What matters is avoiding a bloodbath. Lord Roxton belongs to a powerful house. This could become serious. How did this happen?
Lord Roxton came with a handful of armed men and started attacking our people. Ryman and his men managed to overpower them and we threw him in the dungeons.
Why would he attack River Spring?
About 2 years ago, when River Spring was already struggling with debt, Father asked for his help. Lord Roxton had more gold dragons in his coffers than he did subjects on his estate. We hoped he would lend us some of his fortune so the people wouldn't go hungry. We would then have time to find a more permanent solution. Father asked for his help, but the swine demanded my hand in marriage in exchange. I was left with no choice but to accept.
Pero ocurrió algo, debería de haber anulado la boda. Vale.
Let me guess. There was an incident that stopped the wedding.
Well, he did pay us the purse as promised. But shortly after he learned that I was courting someone else. Kristen. A good man, but a peasant. He lived just behind the forge. I can assure you that nothing dishonorable happened between us. But when Quen Roxton saw me in his company, he found it hard to take.
How did he react?
He called off the wedding and asked us to pay back the money. But we had already spent it feeding the people. So he went back home and dwelled upon it for many years. When word of Father's death reached him, he came here with his men and started taking possessions from our townsfolk.
I see. So you locked him in the dungeons. I will deal with this, little sister. Leave it to me.
Be careful, Alistair. Some of Lord Roxton's men are still around the town and they are real brutes.
Fear not. I will come and see you again when I know more. Well, I should go and see the younger Roxtons.
Interrogo a los jóvenes Roxton. Bueno, vale.
Yes? What do you want?
We should talk.
So, first the adulterer, now the Red Priest.
I am Alistair Sarwick, and these are my lands. Therefore, your problem is of concern to me.
Ah. Forgive our ignorance, we were not aware.
No matter.
I was told there were 3 of you. So who is the last of your litter? A wildling, perhaps? Or something worse?
Calm yourself, Meredith. Forgive my sister, sir. The situation is rather a burden for us, and she takes after her father.
Lo mejor será fingir ignorancia, que saben sobre la situación de su padre. Vale.
I am not sure I fully understand why you are here.
Oh, don't play the innocent with us.
As we explained to your sister, our father, Lord Quen Roxton, has disappeared. When he left our castle, he went to River Spring. He had a few disputes to settle.
Disputes?
Yes, but disputes is a weak word.
You're the one who is weak, Edwin. Tell him how it is. The Sarwicks have well and truly cheated us.
Cheated you? How so?
Your sister was betrothed to our father a few years ago. Her hand was offered in exchange for our gold, to bolster the coffers of your dying lands.
And what happened?
Your sister turned out to be a harlot. That's what happened on the very eve of the wedding.
Qué diplomática es esta
Father
mujer.
found his betrothed in bed with a peasant.
That is what our father told us when he came back from River Spring. He was furious and wanted revenge.
After the disgrace caused by your sister, the wedding was immediately called off. But the gold we gave you as a dowry was never repaid. Following Lord Raynald's death, our father decided it was time to go in person and collect what was owed to us. Since then, he has disappeared without a trace. Your sister is at fault. She dishonored our agreement. We demand that our gold be repaid.
So that is what you're interested in. Coin.
And our father, of course.
Be quiet, Edwin. For all we know, Father might very well have fallen from his horse on his way here. But it does not change the fact that you still owe us the gold. Is that clear?
I see. There are a hell of a lot of differences between Ilyana's version of events and that of the Roxtons. If Little Sister had the right of it, and there really was no adultery, then the Roxtons stopped the wedding without good reason. In that case, we are not duty-bound to pay them back. However, if Ilyana was actually mistaken, I need to know what's going on. I have to find Kristen. Ilyana said that he lived behind the town's forge.
Vale, pues voy a buscar al herrero. Creo que ha dicho que era herrero. Vale, y me marca por aquí, así que... Tengo que visitar eso, el supuesto amante de Ilyana. O ex amante, o lo que fuese. Y luego seguramente también tenga que ir a hablar con el padre ese. Vale, estos son los de antes, los alborotadores esos que ahora trabajan para la Guardia del Rey.
What are they doing here?
Those frauds are guests of Alistair Sarwick. He came back from the Free Cities with his head filled with Eastern nonsense.
Rioting, and now this. The puffed-up lordling will be the death of River Spring, mark my words.
Calm yourself. It's pointless getting angry right now. If these Red Hoods start causing trouble, we'll make sure they answer for it.
Están hablando de los monjes del rol que están en... Bueno, ahí veo movida ahí delante. Voy a guardar antes que nada.
Move along, stranger. We're here on orders from Lord Roxton, and those orders include dealing with troublemakers harshly.
I am the only one who gives orders around here. I am Alistair Sarwick. Let me through, or I will order my guards to arrest you, and you'll be sacrificed to the Holy Flame to pay for your insult.
Let him through.
Open the door, Kristen.
Who are you? What do you want from me?
I am Alistair Sarwick, your lord. Get out here or I'll break this door down.
Alistair? Brother of my sweet Eliana?
The very same.
Very well. I'm coming out.
Kill the beggar. Try not to hurt Lord Sarwick.
Vale. Voy a encargarme primero de este. Uno menos. Vale, este es no. Voy a usarlo.
Nice and death. Those soldiers weren't going to stop until they had your head.
You saved my life, my lord. I don't know how to thank you.
Just explain to me what happened between you and Eliana.
Between me and... Oh, my lord. We have fallen in love. That's what has happened.
Debes contármelo todo desde el principio. Necesito averiguar si se cometió o no adulterio. Vale.
They are saying that you lay with my sister in spite of her betrothal to Lord Roxton.
Lay with her? Gods be good if only that were true. With respect, my lord, I only glimpsed enough of your sister's flesh to set my heart aflame. I hoped that it might happen. But that brute Quen Roxton tore into my home like a boar in heat. Lady Eliana had no choice but to return to the castle with him and try to calm him down. She told me she would come back as soon as possible. But it would seem she has been unable to do so.
I see. Well, Lord Roxton is not going to calm down anytime soon. You must come to the castle with me. If we wish to settle the matter, there is no other choice. I need you in order to prove my sister's innocence.
Ah, very well. If Lady Eliana needs me, then I will be there for her.
Let's go then. However, I believe Lord Roxton intends to make things difficult for us. He must have given orders for his men to kill you, should the opportunity arise. He has posted men at different entrances to the castle to block our way.
The main gate looks like less of a risk to me. The gate overlooking the docks seems more suited to an ambush.
Tenemos por la puerta principal, nos aproximaremos desde detrás con emboscados en ella. Vale. Vale, pues entraré por la puerta principal.
The most important thing is that you reach the castle alive. Let's go. Be on your guard if you wish to stay alive. They will target you.
I shall, my lord. For Eliana. As I was saying, thank you for helping me. I did not really know what to do.
It is not over yet.
Oh, I know full well. But as soon as I am with my sweet Eliana, I will not even fear death itself.
Do you truly love her?
Oh, yes. She is so beautiful, so strong. That swine Roxton thinks he can just come and call for her like a filly from his stables. But our love is stronger than anything, and there is nothing he can do about it.
Vale, problemas. Vale, voy a hacer una cosa, voy a poner esto en llamas. ¿Por qué no puedo? ¿Se necesita vial? ¿Cómo que vial? Sí, ya tengo... ¿Qué dices? Ah, vale, esto. Es para ponerla en llamas sin el vial. Vale. Vale, ahora este pringao. ¿Qué le voy a hacer? Esto también, lo de... Está en llamas, pues voy a... ¿Qué golpes tiene? Ah, vale, pues voy a hacer algo. Patada deshonesta, interrupción de daños, le das una patada a tu enemigo en la ingle. Vale. Toma. Algo es algo. No dormir. Y los otros ahí hablando tan tranquilos. Vale, voy a guardar. Vale. Vale, aquí hay uno de los hombres de esta gente que seguramente me atacará.
The Sarwics have shown themselves to be weak. I hope they find themselves many an ally to help in the coming days.
Vale. Por detrás también, cabrones. Vale. Puto arquero de mierda. Vale, ya solo queda el otro. Venga. Se lo cargas al Alester. Vale, perfecto. Este cabrón porque va corriendo. Lo voy a guardar. Vale, voy a guardar aquí mismo. Si van a atacar otra vez. Es que es tonto del culo, de verdad. Ven aquí, retrasado. Venga, Lester, cárgatelo rápido, tío. Al otro le estoy frenando simplemente dándole patadas en los huevos, en la entrepierna. Vale. Joder, este tío es tonto del culo, de verdad. Bueno, aquí había algo para coger. Espada cortesana. Voy a echar un ojo. A ver qué tal es. Sería este de aquí, se supone. Pues parece mejor que la mía. Ah, tipo punzante, no, eso no me gusta. Yo bueno, la usaré un poco. Prefiero las que hacen un daño cortante. El tipo este ha entrado, se supone, ¿no? Voy a hacer una cosa. Voy a equiparme la espada esa punzante en un... Vale, esta me lo voy a equipar en una equipación. Puedo llevar dos. Y la punzante me lo voy a equipar en la segunda equipación. Vale, ¿cuál es? Esta. Y así varío, porque supone que a algunos enemigos les hacen, según el tipo de armadura que llevan, les hacen más daño. Voy a mirarlo, de hecho. Esto viene en el códice. Les hace más un tipo de arma u otro. Lo que pasa es que ahora mismo no... Vale, esto era en tutorial aquí. Sé que a las armaduras pesadas lo que más daño le hacen son armadura y enemigos. Vale. Tipos de daño. Vale, esto es. A los que no llevan armadura les hacen daño todas. A los que llevan armadura de cuero, los cortantes. Y a los de cota de malla, las punzantes, vale. Pues eso, según a qué tipo de enemigo me enfrente, cambiaré a un arma u otra. Según esto que lleven, Este no me ataca, vale, este es el hijo con el que he estado hablando antes, por eso no me ataca. Bueno, voy a guardar otra vez, antes de que empiece la conversación. Es bueno guardar a menudo en este juego, por si luego tienes que cambiar algo, lo que sea. Vale.
I managed to find Kristen. Roxton's men tried to kill him, but I was able to get him safely to the castle.
Well, I suppose that's good news.
Supongo que debería alegrarme, pues sí que eso es amor verdadero. No parece tan aliviada como esperaba. Lo más importante ahora es ir a ver a los Roxton.
Kristen told me that you had made advances towards him, yet you do not seem very happy he is still alive.
Alistair, I'm sorry, but I did not tell you the whole truth. The poor boy, he was the only means I found to avoid getting married. I arranged it so that Lord Roxton would find us together and see enough to assume the worst. I never imagined things would end up like this. The situation has spiraled out of my control.
So, you used poor Kristen as an unwitting pawn in this game of politics. Well, what is done is done. We now need to settle the matter once and for all. Lady Meredith, Lord Edwin, you might be somewhat surprised by what you are about to see.
Really? Have you decided to pay back the gold you owe us?
Not exactly. Guards, bring in the prisoner.
Light, at last! Praise the Seven!
Father!
Sir Alistair, what is the meaning of this?
Your father was in our dungeons. He was locked up after he and his armed men entered the town with aggressive intent and without my permission. We preferred to keep it a secret, so we had time to settle the matter from our side.
Settle the matter? What do you mean?
I have brought Kristen, whom you accuse of committing adultery with my sister.
That son of a bitch! You locked me away in your dungeons, and now this? This is one insult too many. The little roach must die, here and now.
Es la única posibilidad de que se calme. Nah, no podremos evitar una confrontación. Las demandas del señor son excesivas. Vale.
As far as I know, there is no proof of the adultery you claim. Admit it. You did not even see anything worthy of your accusations.
How dare you? Your slut of a sister was half naked on that runt's bed. Do you take me for a fool?
Calm yourself, Father.
He's a poxy little gutter rat. I demand compensation. In blood.
Voy a tener que sacrificar a... No puedo sacrificar a un hombre inocente. Sus afrentas se han convertido en algo personal y exijo un duelo.
I repeat, you have no proof. The alleged culprits are strongly protesting their innocence.
Very well. In that case, we demand a trial by combat. The gods will decide who is truly guilty.
What?
To first blood. Edwin will be my champion. It is now for you to choose a champion, Lady Eliana.
Alistair, I'm sorry. I think things are now out of my control. Would you agree to be my champion?
Tengo que ayudar a mi familia a no ser juzgado por esos dioses.
Very well. I will fight.
May the Seven guide you.
Me vendrá bien la experiencia, no te preocupes. Aunque este tío me cae bien, no, y espero no tener que cargar. Vale, voy a hacerle lo de incendiarle. Vale, estás en llamas, ¿no? Mierda. Ey, ¿cómo puedo usar eso dos veces? Y ahora le haré eso, a la combustión acelerada. A ver cuánto le quita. Pues parece que le quita bastante, de hecho. Voy a ver si se lo puedo hacer otra vez. No. Voy a bailar. Y mientras voy a tomarme una poción. Una de las pequeñas. Vale, este tío está acabado. Cabrón. Qué cabrón. Vale. Cabrón, que hostias mete.
Vale, pues no he tenido que cargar en eso, está bien. Enough. You have won, sir.
I expect you to honor the result of the duel, Lord Roxton.
This little ritual is ridiculous. Don't think you can get away with this so easily.
The gods have spoken, Meredith. Do you dare cast doubt on their judgment?
The duel was only a matter of honor. That is not enough to repay your debt.
No, this will suffice. Lord Roxton's behavior might be considered an act of war. That is a crime punishable by death. If you want to complain about my sister's supposed adultery to our liege lords, House Lannister, please be my guest. Given the number of witnesses I have on my side, I wouldn't give it long before your heads sit atop spikes.
You thieving swine.
That's enough, Meredith. He has the right of it. You are truly your father's son, Sir Alistair, and just as despicable.
Gracias, gracias. Es lo más bonito que han dicho últimamente.
Don't expect me to make the same mistakes next time.
Nicely put, Alistair. An act of war punishable by death, eh? That took some thinking.
I had to try something. To tell the truth, I have no idea if I spoke the truth or not. But it looks like they know no more of it than I. Go home, Kristen, and thank your gods that you are still alive.
I certainly will. At last we are free to express our love for each other, Eliana.
I'm sorry, Kristen, but that will not happen. I do not feel the same way.
What? But what do you mean, my sweet?
My advances towards you were not genuine. I only made them to make Lord Roxton call off the wedding. I'm sorry, I didn't think it would go this far. But now that this business is over, you must forget about me.
What?
I never loved you, Kristen. Leave, I beg you, and never come back.
Vale, pues misión cumplida y bueno. Ahí me están dando la experiencia y nada. Ahora haré la siguiente misión que me queda. Imagino que eso, intentar ir a Desembarco del Rey y hacer la última misión secundaria que me queda en este capítulo, el capítulo 8.